Welcome to How You Pictured It, the podcast for creative entrepreneurs ready to grow their business in a way that feels good. Here you'll find actionable tips and tools to create the business and life you pictured. I'm your host, Kate Hyde with Dear Kate Brand Strategy. Let's get started. This week, I want to share with you a variety of tools and software that I'm using in my business right now, some that I've been using for a while and others that I'm just getting into. Let's get started. The first one is the software that I'm actually using to record this podcast right now. It is called Descript, Descript. It is such a powerful tool. It allows you to record audio or video, or you can also record like your desktop screen share with this tool, and it transcribes as you talk. So it transcribes the audio and creates a script for you. It also allows you to edit directly from that script. So if I wanted to find all of the long pauses or spaces, I can automatically search for word gaps that are a certain length and shorten those. I'm again editing directly from the transcript. So I'm editing from the text instead of having to go in and find all of those breaks and pauses in a waveform. I'm finding it with the text. And then I can also automatically remove ums. I can find any certain word that I said, or find anything where I wanted to try again, say it better, and delete the text delete, and it deletes the audio and video as well. It's a really cool tool. I've been using it for, a year and a half now. The other way that I use it is similar to Loom. So with Loom, you can record a video, like a screen share with your face, or just your face, whatever you want to record, and send it to someone via a link on the internet. You can do the same thing with Descript. So this is a tool that I use multiple ways in my business. I use it for the podcast. I use it to record YouTube videos. I use it to share tutorials or feedback with people via video with those links. And again, this one is called Descript. I pay about $30 a month for it, but it is one that, again, I use in a lot of different ways. Next up is Otter AI. Another alternative for this is Fireflies.ai. These are tools that act as virtual assistants on your Zoom calls. So with Otter AI, this is the one that I actively use. I know Fireflies is similar. You set it up so that Otter joins all of your Zoom calls, and then it creates a summary of the call, a transcript, and notes for the call. So it helps me keep track of everything that's happening in a Zoom call without having to sit there and write the whole time. Using Otter helps me to focus more on the conversation and the connection, and allows me to not have to worry about writing notes and keeping track of everything that was said. It also makes it easy when I'm I know we talked about XYZ in our call. I need to go back and check what that was. I can either read the transcript or go to the summary and try to figure out what exactly was said. And it makes it so much easier. It also pulls screenshots from the call, and you can go through again and see what was on the screen when you were saying something too. Number 3 is an app called Tango. Tango is great for creating standard operating procedures or sharing a how-to of how to do something on the internet. With Tango, you activate it on any web page, and it records each step that you're taking. So for example, if I wanted to show somebody how to create a blog post in the back end of WordPress with Showit, I can go through that process, and Tango is going to create step-by-step procedures for that process that I can then share via a link. And it gives pictures. It shows a zoomed in version of what you're clicking, and writes down, it transcribes and writes directions for you as well. You can alter and edit those, but it's such a fast and easy way to create standard operating procedures. So it's something that you could do in your own business, or if you're hiring a VA. I don't pay for this one. This is a free app. Same with Otter. I'm using the free version of Otter. It gives me, I think, 25 minutes of audio in Otter Tango gives you a certain number of free tangos is what they're called, or recording standard operating procedures that you can use as well. Next up, we're going to talk about some that are available through AppSumo. So AppSumo is a website that's like a marketplace for software developers to kind of launch beta versions of their product or get a bunch of users at once by offering a discounted price or a lifetime price of their product through AppSumo. So on AppSumo, a couple of products that I've purchased are CastMagic. CastMagic is a software that allows you to transcribe a recording. It can either be a YouTube video or you can actually even pull from Descript into CastMagic or an audio file, whatever you want to choose to transcribe. And then CastMagic will help you create titles for that. It helps you like come up with Instagram captions or show notes for a podcast, YouTube video descriptions. It's an AI tool that goes through your transcript and helps you summarize and break down that info. It was, I think, $29 for a lifetime use. And so much cheaper than using something like Buzzsprout's new Studio Magic, I think is what Buzzsprout's version is called. So I can't even remember what the Buzzsprout version is called, but Buzzsprout is a like monthly fee of, I think, $15, whereas CastMagic is a one-time purchase of $29 through AppSumo. And it, again, it saves you time by helping you come up with those summaries. I use it for creating like Instagram carousel posts. I can ask it for like 5 carousels based on this episode. I can say, help me write show notes using this format. It's basically using like the ChatGPT AI technology, but applying it to long form content of video or audio. The next one that I'm using that is available currently through AppSumo is called Missing Letter. Missing Letter is a tool to help you repurpose content. So basically what it is, I put all of my show notes for my podcast onto my blog, and then I have Missing Letter set to pull those in and help me create drip content for social media based on the long form blog post. So you can set it up to be like a 12-month campaign, a 3-week campaign, whatever you want. You can set the length of time that this content's going to drip over, and Missing Letter will help you pull that content in and break it down into multiple posts so that you're resharing things over and over again. You might notice these on my Instagram feed for Dear Kate Brand Strategy. You'll see like, and I change the images. I update things so that it matches like my branding and stuff. But you'll see like weeks after a blog post or a podcast episode has aired, you'll see like information about that podcast episode come back up in my Instagram feed. This keeps things kind of top of mind, and it helps me to automatically have content rolling out to Instagram when I am publishing podcast content. You can also set it up for blog content, YouTube videos, whatever you want. But again, that one is called Missing Letter, and it really just makes the content creation and repurposing a lot easier for me. Breaking away from AppSumo for this last one, this one is called Reclaim.ai. I have just started using it. It is such a cool tool. Again, it's free. There's a paid version as well. I'm using the free version, but you basically can put in your tasks for the week and assign how much time you think they'll each take and what takes priority. And Reclaim will put those tasks into your calendar for you. And as, say, something comes up and you have like a firm appointment that needs to be scheduled onto your calendar, Reclaim will rearrange the rest of your schedule and those tasks to fit. So, for example, say I have a podcast episode to record, I need to work on a website, I have a meeting. Reclaim will help figure out like where all of those things fit into my schedule. And there are other tools within that I haven't explored fully yet. But it is really cool for time management saving time and figuring out like time blocking without having to like sit there and like really think about like how I'm going to fit everything in. It also has a thing where you can like put in that I want to take a lunch every day, or I want to do an exercise every day, or habits that you want to fit in. And it will like say I want to have a lunch somewhere in the hours between like 11 and 1 and I need a 30-minute lunch. Reclaim will put that 30-minute lunch in my calendar and rearrange it as much as possible or as needed when other things are booked. But once there's no more like room to move it, it will lock it in so no one can schedule during that 30-minute period. Really cool tool. Again, I'm just new to that one and I can't wait to get started. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. We've been through a lot of tools. If you have questions about any of them or if you've used any of them, I'd love to hear from you. You can find links for them all in the show notes and in the blog post for this episode. I look forward to talking to you next week.